Objective today is the same as it was yesterday, except it'll be a little more challenging with more negatives, coefficients on the x squared, and maybe some x to the thirds in there as well. Here is the first example. The function is negative 2x squared plus 3x minus 1, and the given value of x is negative 1. We want to find a tangent line as we graphed yesterday, so I'm not going to graph all these out. But you graph it, and then you choose a value for which you want to find a tangent line, just like yesterday. So step number 1 is to plug in negative 1. So you have negative 2 times negative 1 squared plus 3 times negative 1 and then minus 1. And simplify from there. That would be negative 2 minus 3 minus 1. Should get a negative 6 for that part. Now I'll go quickly on some of these steps because we're not teaching evaluating functions. I mean, everybody should be able to do that by now. So you have negative 6 for y. And then next you need to find y prime, which would be the first derivative. And when you do that, you're going to have a negative 4x plus 3. And the back end drops off of that. Alright, now evaluate y prime for the value of x, which is negative 1. So negative 4 times negative 1 plus 3. And you should come out with 4 plus 3, which is 7. Now that represents the slope. And this is going to be the y value. And we already have the x value up here. So from that, we can plug in y equals mx plus b to find the linear equation. Alright, so if y is negative 6, and the slope is 7, the x value is negative 1. That's one tip there. You can't go backwards after you write something. So I just have to fill it in and make it a big minus sign. And we'll have the minus b, or actually it's plus b, at the end of it. And then negative 6 equals negative 7 plus b. Move the negative 7 over, add it. You should get 1 equals b. Now you can put it all together for your equation, and that would be y equals the slope 7 times x plus 1. Step 1 is to plug in the 1 for this problem, and don't make the mistake of leaving out the parentheses. It will make a difference. And then go back and evaluate. You're squaring 1. You're not squaring negative 1. The x acts as a quantity in parentheses. So you're squaring 1 to get 1, but then it has a negative sign on it. And then minus 2 and minus 2. So you should have negative 5 for the y value to start with. And next you need y prime. So you'll have a negative 2x minus 2, and then the last minus 2 drops off. Evaluate y prime for 1. So negative 2 times 1 minus 2 is negative 2 minus 2. That's negative 4. That is your slope. So you have the 3 items you need to solve for the y-intercept. That would be negative 5 equals negative 4 times 1 plus b. Negative 5 equals negative 4 plus b. And we'll have negative 5 plus 4 to come up with an answer for b of negative 1. So the equation is y equals negative 4x minus 1. This is similar to the last one you just did. Step 1 is to plug in the negative 2 and evaluate. So you should end up with 3 times 4 plus 4 plus 5. So that's 12 plus 4 plus 5 is 21. That's your y value. X value is given. All we need now is the slope, so we need to find y prime. And that would be 6x minus 2. The 5 drops off from the function. And evaluate for negative 2. So when you plug in negative 2, negative 12 minus 2 is negative 14. So if you evaluate for y equals mx plus b, you'll have 21 equals a slope of negative 14, pretty steep, and then negative 2. So 21 equals a positive 28 plus b, and what that boils down to being is that you'll have a negative 7 for b. I don't think I have to demonstrate how you get a negative 7. But the final answer is y equals a negative 14, x minus 7.